Torture Wrestling. Tony, great show tonight. Just what are your thoughts on Brian Cage's performance? Because I think a lot of people, myself included, were sort of questioning what was next for him. And he really seemed to go out there and make a statement, now being part of Tony Blanchard Enterprises. Your thoughts on him?
I really like Brian Cage. I've always really liked Brian Cage. It was funny because when I first started thinking this might be a possibility, I hadn't worked Brian Cage kind of back into my plans yet. And I couldn't tell Brian Cage, especially when we're in a confidential discussion that hey, I'm based on where we were going with him, I thought Ricky and Team Taz and Will Hobbs are in a really strong position right now. And obviously with Swerve and Keith Lee coming in, it didn't really make sense to have Brian fighting Ricky and Will anymore, because right now Swerve had a great main event last week with Ricky, and this week Will had a great main event with Keith. And if you guys haven't watched the show yet, it doesn't look like the whole situation. I mean, there was a kick-ass match and a kick-ass situation after. It was a good show. And for Brian, I didn't think it made sense for him around Taz and those guys anymore. I also thought him and Tully here could be a really good situation, especially when FTR and Tully were done. So it was it's funny because I really couldn't, because of the situation with the confidentiality and stuff, I couldn't tell Brian, I want to buy Ring of Honor and debut you and repackage you here until, about a month ago. So it was funny because Brian, God love Brian. He told the media I picked up his contract, or somebody told him I picked up his contract. I was like, Jesus, Brian, why'd you tell people that? I never told him not to, but I also couldn't tell him what I was doing with it. But I should have told him not to. But that being said, I think it was good because people wanted to see him come back, and it made it that much better. There were a bunch of moments tonight that were real. I took stuff that happened in real life and tried to leverage it for cool stuff to add a little bit more intrigue to a pay-per-view that already had great matches and great bell-to-bell wrestling, and tons of real-life interest in stuff like FTR and Briscoes, which the guys had built up. I didn't know I was going to buy ROH, and if somebody else had bought it, they would have gotten the benefit of the stuff we did for Final Battle, and I was fine with that. I knew that I might not end up with the company, and it didn't really look like I was going to end up with the company. My gut was that I probably wouldn't, but I still felt like the right thing to do in December was at first to send videos and tributes from all the great Ring of Honor wrestlers in AEW, not all of them, but a bunch of them, a lot of the great people, a lot of the great stars and top stars in AEW who used to be in Ring of Honor. And I was happy to do that for them. And then when Bandito got COVID, I was very happy to send Jay Lethal. Did I know that was going to pay off in a great angle? I would later, no, I didn't. But sometimes these things work out very well. And so I did a lot of stuff, including send FTR to that show, send Jay Lethal to that show, and send in a lot of videos from stars like, CM Punk and Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole we're so grateful for. And then, this thing really came together, culminated, paid off. So, yeah, it was a lot of things came together really well, and Brian Cage is one of them. So the whole thing worked out really well. And I was really happy for him and for Tully, because I think it's a great situation, a great repackage for both of them. Obviously, FTR, great night for them. So I think it's worked out for everyone in that situation really well. Team Taz doing very well. Brian's doing well, and so on. So it's great.